This is a quick video on how a cleaning company can run a what if scenario. This is a budget template, and one thing that I found very helpful in decision making is to run what if scenarios because this is something that happens all the time when we have a commercial cleaning business, any cleaning business, is we often say, when is the right time for me to hire an office manager, a marketer, buy a new van, buy a shop, maybe even buy another company? So, and we we want to run what if scenarios to see, well, how much revenue then do we need to make that worth it? So this template is cut into a couple sections. Here on the left is all of our current expenses that you would list. And then here on the right is where we would list all of our what if scenarios. So I'm going to scroll down. On the left side is current expenses, right side, what if I added more expenses? What would that do to my company as a whole? So I'm going to keep scrolling down through here. And at the bottom here, I tried to keep this really simple and just create a section for additional expenses. So you could just copy and paste one column to the other up top. And then down in here, you could add your what ifs. So in the what if column. So for instance, what if I added $3,000 in advertising and I'm going to need more labor then. So I'm going to hire a part-time person to help me. So put together that's $5,000 additional. That's the what if. So that's 19,000 in expenses now, and before, my current situation is I have around 14,000. Now this is all completely made up, so don't get in the weeds, and you have to put your own expenses in here. There's all kinds of different services, and this is actually the whole point of this is there's all these different services that cleaning companies have. So we want to be able to see the big picture, the whole company. How does this expense affect our whole business? So after plugging in all of our expenses and throwing in a couple of what ifs, some additional, down here, this is going to calculate it for you. And we can see that, okay, we added 5,000 in additional expenses. So that dropped our, let me put this in here. I forgot to do that. So this dropped our profit margin dramatically based on our current sales. So if we added 3,000 and another 2,000 for a part-time employee, now we would be pretty much breaking even. Before we were making, this is current, before we were making 27% profit margin. Well, now when we add these expenses, that first month is going to be rough. We're going to be basically breaking even. So over here, this is where you can plug in sales. This is where we can start to run these scenarios. And at first, put in, well, what are my current monthly sales? You could actually do this yearly also, if that's how the view you want is a yearly projection. So right now we're at 20,000 currently. So now after adding this $5,000 in additional expenses, how much revenue do we have to generate to get back to the percentage that we used to be at? So we're going to start at 25,000, and at 25,000 we added another 5,000 in revenue, and we're still not quite there. We're at 22% margin now. We used to be at 27, now we're at 22. So I'm just going to jack it up another 5,000 to 30,000. Now we're at 35%. So now we're making progress. Not only did we overcome and are we making a, a higher profit margin and a higher absolute amount of money, we're doing really well. We added $5,000 in expenses, and because of that, we added another $10,000 in revenue. So now we can see, and this is the whole point of a what if scenario. And if you have interest, you can message me. I can send you the template. I found this to be very helpful for me. And what you can do is uh, this can apply to anything. What if I added a new shop? What if I added a new van? What if I added a new account? It's really endless. The point is to then be able to see how much revenue you need to add in order to get back to where you were.